So in order to introduce context toolbars, I've placed a fairly simple geometry alignment here. Notice if I hover over this alignment, it tells me I get the standard microstation flyover that says it's a complex element. The name is State Road 357. It knows it's got a civil feature called centerline assigned to it, no active profile, and it gives me the level. Now in addition to that, I'm going to come back now and I'm going to select it. Now once I select it, if I hover, I still get the standard flyover, but I also get what we call a context toolbar. Now, the reason we call it a context toolbar is because we recognize what you selected and we give you a selection of tools relative to what you've selected. So for example, I selected an alignment, so one of the tools I'll give you the option to select here is the horizontal geometry report. So I can very quickly get a report off of any element using a context toolbar. For example, I can quickly and easily access the properties. If I want to change the name of that, let's say this is County Road 268, we can make that change. Notice if I come and hover over it, the microstation flyover tells me the name of this element is now County Road 268. In addition, you can open profile models. You can create corridors. You can even delete this element. So again, this is not all the tools. The purpose here is not to give you every tool, but just a selection of tools that we feel like are probably the most prevalent things that you might do. Now notice you can very quickly and easily come over here and do the same things. For example, if I want to create a horizontal geometry report, I can actually select the icon and then it'll say locate the element that you want to create the report on. So there are other ways of accessing that. Again, the idea is we don't give you all the tools, we just give you the things that we are probably going to be the most commonly used. And again, it is context sensitive. So I'm going to open up another view here. And for example, here I've got the boundary of a terrain model. So you can see here if I hover over it, it tells me this is a terrain model. This is the name of the terrain model. It's the boundary. And again, it tells me the level it's on and the reference that I've got it referenced from. But now if I select this, you'll notice again I get a context toolbar, but notice it's different tools. It's not the same tools. It's because I know this time you selected a terrain model. So for example, if I bring up the properties, you've got access to the properties to control the display of those things on and off. For example, do you want to export this terrain model? So I give you different options to be able to export the terrain model, or do you want to set this as your active terrain model? So again, context toolbars are relative to the type of civil element that you select. Again, they're not comprehensive. They don't contain every tool, but only the tools that we feel like are the most commonly used for whatever that particular element is.